everyone, welcome back to Ormsby Farm. My name is Casey. So, on today's video, it is another one of my little series called I Can Do That, where I am giving you a recipe for copycat recipes from your favorite boxed food items. I did a video on the copycat recipe for Betty Crocker, au gratin potatoes. I'll leave that up there in the corner. And today I am doing cake mixes. This one is a chocolate cake, but I'm doing two different recipes. Yes, you heard me. I'm doing two different recipes today that are super convenient to get a bunch of them done and have them up in your pantry for the holiday months. Because we all know that's when family comes over. That's when friends from church come over to visit, cookie exchanges. Your friend who never talks to you ever throughout the year wants to come over in the holidays. So yes, that is what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how to prep some of these cake mixes so that you have them in your pantry. I'm just first going to say this video is pre-recorded because as we speak, as this video is coming out, we are celebrating hard on the homestead because Brother Chris and Sister are getting married this weekend. So basically, I shot this video a couple days before the wedding weekend just so I would have a video come out today, which is Friday, and Monday. So, enough of me blah, blah, blahing. So, if you're interested in copycat recipe videos, make sure you are liking and subscribing. I'm going to start saying that beforehand, because definitely like and subscribe, because I have tons of fabulous recipes over this holiday season that you're not going to want to miss. So, let me go ahead and zoop and get into the intro.
I'm coming home.
Alrighty, so again, I'm doing two different recipes today and we're doing them in pint jars. You could do in quart jars, you would just double the recipe and it's gonna make you double the cake. So I wanted to do something that was close enough to this because somebody asked me in the comments of the last video, is it comparable size-wise to what you get in the box? And yes, this is 13.2 ounces and a full pint is going to be 16 ounces. So this should make you the same amount. And the wet ingredients, I'll leave all the recipes down in the bio box, but the wet ingredients are gonna be exactly the same as what's on the back of this box, which is pretty standard for cake mixes, which is a cup of water, half a cup of oil, and 3 eggs. Most of my recipes call 2 to 3 eggs. Use your judgment. When we have eggs that we're getting from our chicken, sometimes they can vary in sizes, and I'll show you. So this right here, this little thing, this is a bantam egg. So you may want to add even 4. Use your judgment for the liquid wise. But what most recipes call for is standard large eggs. So like your Leghorns and your Easter eggers and all of that will lay the large egg, sometimes extra large. And then we have one of our new girls that's laying more of a medium egg. So I would use 3. I'd probably use 2 for this. I would eyeball it. But standard is 3 large eggs. So let me go ahead and I'm gonna tilt you down and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start with the chocolate deliciousness chocolate cake recipe. Alrighty, so each of these recipes, again, will be in the bio box below and each of it is gonna make 2 pints. So the recipe that I'm giving you today is gonna make 2 pints or 1 quart. So just keep that in mind when you're doing it. If you want to just make 1 pint to give as a gift, cut this recipe in half. If you want to make more, you can double it, triple it. You go for it. Now, do what you want to do. So, but let me start with my recipe, and we're going to start with the chocolate cake, and we're going to need 2 cups of flour, all-purpose flour, and 2 cups of sugar. 1 cup of flour. 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of sugar, 2 cups of sugar. Ooh, y'all, we rocking and rolling now, y'all. We rocking and rolling. Alrighty, y'all. So the next ingredient is we are going to do 3/4 of a cup of cocoa powder. Now, for y'all bougettos that are very picky on your cocoa powder, remember that we are going to put some espresso powder in there because that's going to enhance the recipe or enhance the chocolate flavor. But I'm doing it on the cheap because I want to put it away in my pantry. So we're going to do 3/4 cup of the cocoa powder. Now, some would say, now, Casey, why are you using espresso powder in a chocolate cake? Because it brings out the flavor of the cocoa powder and the chocolate. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me how. I'm not a scientist. I'm just a fat kid who likes cake. Okay? But this is the special powder that I use. It is in our Amazon store. It smells so good, y'all. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And I'm using 1/2 teaspoon from before, so. And we're gonna use 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. Different things, y'all, different things. And 1 teaspoon of salt. We're gonna use pink Himalayan. Now, here is where it gets kind of sassy. I prefer using milk instead of water when I do these cakes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put milk powder that will equal out 1 cup of milk when the water is added to the mix. It just makes it a creamier, more moist kind of cake. There is milk powder in your box stuff. So I just wanted to mention that on why I was putting the milk powder in there. And with a glass of the milk powder, you're going to need 1/4 cup or 4 tablespoons of the milk powder. So again, 1/4 cup of the milk powder. The milk powder needle, let me see if I can get it in, that I use, of course, is always in our Amazon shop. So then when I have all the ingredients in, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put it in my KitchenAid with the whisk attachment. Now, we talked about this on one of our podcasts recently, of how important it is to have a KitchenAid. I like to KitchenAid mix it just so I know it's really good and mixed in before I separate it into 2 different jars. Because if you separate it and you only hand mix it and some of the, let's say, milk powder doesn't get in there, then the cake's not going to turn out as well as it should. So I encourage using an electric mixer if it's not a KitchenAid that you use, but I do encourage using an electric mixer. So I'm going to attach this on and I'm going to tilt you down and let it mix away. Y'all, I'm crazy. I didn't mix it and I was like talking to y'all and I wasn't even recording. So what I was going to say, and the good thing that I didn't, because not all of it mixed up, but I like to mix it up because I want to make sure it's completely even. And I'm looking for this brown color right here. You see this? And let me tell you, before I start mixing, this is hers, my KitchenAid. Hers is an oldie, but hers is a goodie. I got it from one of our neighbors when we lived in Atlanta. He has since passed, but I was so very grateful and blessed to get this because it's one of the tools that I use in the kitchen probably 99% of the time. So now we're just making sure. I like to give them taps too to make sure we're getting all that good stuff. Even when I'm done, I like to make sure that I give it one more little whisk after I take it out before I start pouring it. Alrighty, and now what I'm gonna do once it's completely mixed, in my sterile, clean, and dried. You wanna make sure there's no water. This has gotta be very, very dry, y'all, so it doesn't rehydrate anything in this mixture. I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna use my canning funnel. I'm gonna show you how it looks in both a wide and a regular mouth jar, okay? I'm basically just going to funnel it in with the mixing cup that I was used before. Again, now all I'm going to do is through the funnel, I'm going to very carefully and give it a good jiggle like we talked before, cup it into this jar. we're gonna go ahead and move it to the next one. Give it a good jiggle jiggle. You see, I'm probably at a 1/2 inch headspace now from it, so that's where I like to do it. And let's go and fill this other jar. So basically it made the 2 pints right here. So now we are going to put this aside with some 4-jar lids on top of them. I'll vacuum seal it after I get done with the Funfetti cake, because that's the other one we're doing, is the Funfetti cake. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alrighty, in my clean, washed and dried bowl, again, I'm going to add, same thing as the starter, 2 cups of sugar, 2 cups of flour. Same like before, we're doing 2 teaspoons of the baking powder. 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. 1 teaspoon of salt. And now the fun part is choosing out your sprinkles, y'all. I keep my number 10 cans, y'all. I can't even see it. I can move this. Can y'all see it? Yep, I keep those. And in it, I keep all of my fun sprinkles. Since we're doing this for the holidays, let's go ahead and add some holiday sprinkles in there. Give a little ho, ho, ho kind of experience. Let me tell y'all, the best time to grab some of these sprinkles is right after the holiday, of which the colors are, because they are dirt cheap. Sometimes they're even like 15 to 25 cents. Which ones do I want? I want this one. So we're doing this one right here. And I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons in. We're just gonna dump. I'm actually doing a mix, y'all. Y'all, I'm having way too much fun with these sprinkles here. All right, and now, 1/4 cup of the milk powder. Let's go to the mixer. Y'all have already seen me do it before, but I was just gonna show you again, all of this stuff, all the attachments are in our store. And what I'm going to do now with our 4-jar lids is I'm going to vacuum seal them. So the chocolate one made me 2 pints and a little bit extra. And the confetti one made me a pint. And then I was like, you know what? I probably have a little bit extra to do a quart and then give it away as a gift. But it didn't make me quite a full quart. It's pretty much another pint. So I'm just gonna vacuum seal it like this and make sure that I write on pint instructions. And I'm gonna show you once I'm done how I write on the instructions on the top of the lids. And y'all, on the for real side, it is that easy once you vacuum sealed it. Now listen, I told you I was gonna show you. So you can see, there we go. I write what kind of cake it is on it and the ingredients, the wet ingredients you need to add, and the temperature and for how many minutes. The temperature and for how many minutes is going to, 1, depend on what kind of cake pan or if you're doing cupcakes. 2, make sure you stick a knife or something sharp down in the center to make sure that it is done all the way. I do the same thing for the chocolate. So we got these 2 beautiful little cake mixes ready to go that has no preservatives, no nothing, unlike this one. Which one would you rather have in your cabinet? I'm just saying. So y'all, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe if you already haven't to the channel. Hit the bell icon because I have a lot of wonderful recipes coming out this holiday season. Make sure you follow me on social media. Go ahead and I'm on Facebook, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Threads, I'm on all of them things. Share the videos to like-minded people, tag them in it, tag me in it, and if you make it, tag me in it. I'd love to see. Y'all, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope you try it, and I'll see you on the next I Can Do That video. Y'all be blessed. Bye.
I'm coming home.